Hello, BookTube. Over the weekend, there was a huge book sale near me for 3 days, and I was like, I'm gonna go every day and see what I can find. And they had books for $2 each, and I absolutely had so much fun. I got a lot of romance we're gonna be seeing in this book haul, but I thought I'd show you everything I got in a good 3 days worth of going to a used book sale. Before we get to those books, I just want to show off two books I just recently brought, and that is Kafka's Diaries. This is the new Penguin edition of him. I haven't read Kafka's Diaries. I read bits and pieces, but I haven't read a good chunk of it. And I love Kafka. He's one of my favorite people to ever walk the earth, and so I can't wait to get to this soon. And then I found the Diary of Samuel Pepys. This is just a selection of it, and I'm going to be using this for reading this for an upcoming TBR you'll see soon. But yeah, so we have Samuel Pepys here. It's absolutely massive. This edition without the notes is still over 1,670 pages. So, but you're going to see that book come up later. So let's start with the whole. So the first thing we'll start with the non-fiction stuff, and we'll end with the romance because there's some fun stuff there. I found this Robert Louis Stevenson's a biography by James Pope Hensey. Yeah, in great condition, and you got the back too, and it's all illustrated and everything. I have always been on the hunt for a great biography of Robert Louis Stevenson. I absolutely adore his fiction. I don't own any of his like other stuff he wrote, like his poems and letters and all that stuff. But again, I am so excited I have a biography of Stevenson because he's just so incredible. Then we have The Gorton Experiment here by Alan Reed. This is about John Gorton, who was a prime minister. I've talked about it before in my prime minister bookshelf tours. This is like the only ever been the second book I've found on him. So I will read this at some point and see what I think of him. So we have that, and then we have Fear of Abandonment, the Australian World since 1942, and this is pretty much talking about how Australia was first shaped during England, but over time how we've moved more towards America for reliance on stuff. I don't know when this came out actually. I've been hunting for this for a while, but it's more of just a history of that. This came out in 2017, so nearly 10 years old. So we'll see how well it holds up. We have that. Then we have For the Term of His Natural Life by Marcus Clarke. Now, I got this because I want a hardcover of it, really. I'll get rid of my paperback, but this has got illustrations in it too. And it's got column text too, so that's what it looks like. And I just wanted a hardcover of it, to be honest. So we have that. Then we have July by Tim O'Brien. I really like, oh my god, what's his major book? The Things I Carried. I still have two other books to read by him, but I want to read this one as well because I really like Tim O'Brien. And then let's keep on going. We have Patsy Adams Smith. She's an Australian historian who I've always heard of, but I haven't read anything from. So I've been keeping an eye out for her, and I found her own memoir. This is Goodbye, Girlie. Yep, I have that from her. And then I have her big, epic book on the Anzacs as well. This is, I've always heard about this book being like the definitive book on Anzacs, and I can't wait to give it a try. It's full of photos and everything. And there's some pretty gruesome photos in here, but I can't wait to read it because I really like Patsy Adams Smith from what I've read of her. So we have that. And then we have two random books about Margaret Thatcher. We have People Like Us by Caroline Slowcock, yeah. This is I haven't read this. This is like an insider's view. She like sat with Thatcher for a while and just her observations about Thatcher. This was published I think 2019, and so it's going on the Margaret Thatcher collection I randomly have of her. And then we have volume 2 in Charles Moore's Margaret Thatcher, the authorized biography here. As you can see, it's absolutely massive. It is a used library copy, as you can tell from the code. I love this. I actually done all three books. I audiobooked them at work like years ago, but I could never bite the bullet on the hardcover because they're so expensive. So the fact that I found this for literally $2 is insane. And I hope to keep an eye out for the other volume one and volume three because volume three is literally so incredible. But I do want to reread that as well as do Margaret Thatcher's two like volume memoir, which I really loved. So we have that. And then we have Unsinkable, the full story of the Titanic here. This is by David Allen Butler, probably my favorite non-fiction book about the Titanic. I do have on my Kindle Alfred, what's his name? Old Alfred Lord, the guy who wrote The Night to Remember. I've got his two books on the Titanic on my Kindle as a reread, but this was just absolutely incredible. And then we have Jesus and Yahweh by Harold Bloom, The Name's Divine. I like Bloom when he talks about the Bible. This is him talking about Jesus and God and how they've been interpreted and changed in the text. I love the way he talks about history. I do wish if he merged this book here with the great rock book he wrote and just done one big massive volume on the Bible, I think that would have been absolutely incredible. Again, this is more about Jesus and God as like figures and stories rather than analyzing the text necessarily. But I just like Harold Bloom talking about the Bible. To be honest, I find him very interesting to read about. And then let's get to the romances now. I've got to move these out the way. We'll stack them over here because it's a massive box of it. And you're going to see a lot of, oh my god, there's some fun stuff in here. Let's start. We got Sophie Jordan here. This is this Scout of mine. I literally don't know anything about it. I love Sophie Jordan, so I just picked it up. Then we have Heather Graham. This is Triumph. I've always wanted to read Heather Graham, and you can see her on the back here. And if we open it, look at this inside. That's so cool. I've always wanted to read Heather Graham. I know she's written for hundreds and hundreds of years, but I have that one from her. Then I found a Lorraine Heath hardcover. I know, literally, this is An Affair with a Notorious Heiress. I haven't read it, but I picked it up because it was a hardcover. And then I have to get some Nora there. I had some Nora, not as much as I thought, but this is Bay of Sighs. This is book 2 in the Guardians trilogy. I literally didn't know about it until I just looked at it. We'll see what I think of book 1, but this looks like it's about like treasure, like quest hunting, kings, and maybe it's historical, but Nora trying to do like a fantastical element, which I don't like at all, but we'll see how we go with this when I get to it. Then we have Kathleen Woodward, of course, the original Bodice Ripper girlie. This is her book Everlasting here. And I'll get to it soon, but we've got to already start making room, so we'll pile that on top. Okay, now we're up to the mass markets. This is where it's going to get a bit crazy. We have, I literally got these for the covers, to be honest. Sabrina Jeffries. I love Sabrina Jeffries. This is A Dangerous Love. And if we look at the back, it's got that lovely drawing, illustration. And then there's a weird amount of Apache romances. I don't know why, but this is Apache's Caress here. And if you look at the back, it's got all them, the tents and everything like that. Then you got Susan Enoch's Lady Rogue. I love Susan Enoch. We then have Sylvia Birmingham's Almost a Lady. And look at the back too. Then we've got Lindsay Sands, of course. This is Taming the Highlander. And if we open that, it's got a big pull out, but you also got the guy on the back too. Then you got Lisa Jackson's Enchanted. Don't know anything about this. These are all Avon, and that's why I picked them up, to be honest. We have more. This is By My Heart's Betrayed by Ogla Bykos here. Very lovely illustrations. And this is Sandy Hinston, A Most Reckless Lady. Love these covers so much. We'll move these up a bit more. And don't worry. Oh my god. Don't worry. Then we have Lisa Kleypes's Mine Till Midnight. Yeah, we love Lisa Kleypes. Yeah, so we have that. We're still going. We have loves Savage Destiny with a very hot man over here. And if you look on the back, it's got in Native American stuff going on there. Um, then we have Rebecca Wade's End, Unlikely Outlaw. Um, then we have a Apache Magic here. I saw that cover and was like, I need that in my life. The Warrior by Nicole Jordan, of course. This one seems really interesting here. This is Polar Pole, Sweet Ivy's Gold, and it's got like a train on it too. Like, ooh, that's so interesting. You got the back of like a small town maybe. There's cards, so there's gambling. I can't wait. It looks so fun. Then we have, that box nearly fell. Rugged Splendor by Robin Lech. Yeah, the very attractive man on the cover. Then we have Shannon Drake's Branded Hearts. Yeah, and it's got a big opening to that, which is so cool. And you got the side, of course. Then the last couple romances we have here, we got another Kathleen Woodward. This is Shanna. I can't say it, but I've always heard about this one being talked about. I can't wait to get to it. Kathleen has such big books for no reason. Like, I know she started Bodice Ripper, or like popularized it, but this book is literally nearly 700 pages long. We have that. We have Castaway Angel by Kathleen Dryman. Look at this dramatic cover. I love it so much. You look on the back. I love the illustrations. Then we have The Windflower by Laura London. Yeah. We look on the back. Such a gorgeous sunset too, which is so good. Oh, don't mind me dropping everything. Then the last book, we end with a Connie Mason. This is Desert Ecstasy here. And then it's got like exotic, like Egyptian possibly themes, locations and everything. But yeah, that's all the books I got in 3 days pretty much. Let me know what you think about the books I hold, and yeah. Thank you so much for watching BookTube, and I will see you next time.